an insane week in crypto. The jury just found SBF guilty of all 7 criminal counts. This really didn't come as a shock because it was very obvious that Sam and other affiliated with FTX did in fact steal customer funds and use them for illicit things. Let's go ahead and cover what happened, but let's also point out some other very interesting things that are being overlooked by mainstream media. Sam faces a max sentence of 115 years, and he seemed very emotionless the entire time he testified. Yesterday was also the 1-year anniversary of the CoinDesk article that leaked Alameda/FTX financials and essentially caused panic, collapse, plus all those CZ tweets from finance. The defense attorney Mark Cohen, who also represented Ms. Maxwell in another infamous case, said that SBF respects the decision but maintains his innocence and will continue to vigorously fight the charges, which in America, he definitely can do that. So what's going to happen next? What can we expect? The second trial is set to begin March 11th, and the government will let the judge know by February 1st whether they will still be pursuing that case. Charges of bribing foreign officials and, of course, servants anymore. Usually when you get a conviction like this, they sometimes don't pursue the follow-up charges, campaign finance violations, which again are very, very key in this particular case. And those actually could be dropped, which kind of almost defeats the whole purpose because that's what he was using some of the money for. Anyway, sentencing date is March 28th, and SBF on the prospect of life in prison seemed much kind of like he didn't want to deal with it and is just trying to think positive. But anyways, friend of the channel, attorney John Deaton, responded. After some witnesses revealed reduced prison terms for cooperating with the government, the SBF faced 3 different choices. Number 1, to plead guilty and seek the court's mercy, which he didn't do. Number 2, plead not guilty, testify, and hope for a hung jury and cut a deal. That's exactly what he did, but it didn't work. And number 3, the most interesting one, cooperate with the DOJ, plead guilty, and provide info on campaign finance violations with full knowledge of some of the politicians he donated to, and to get a recommendation of a lighter sentence. Deaton basically said that SBF knows he circumvented the rules and bets that SBF knows some names of politicians who were breaking the rules. And we kind of know that this is true if you look at who he donated to and the ties, etc. You don't get this access SBF got without greasing some palms. All right, so by choosing option 2, he guaranteed a life sentence, at least double what he had gotten if he chose option 1. And the SBF case was expedited by the United States government, which if you guys look at what's currently happening with the Celsius and Voyager CEOs, those are not taking priority, even though there are similar activities that occurred. Also, too, both of his parents worked at FTX, and his father demanded his salary be increased from $200,000 to about $1 million. And if you guys remember, his father was also a Stanford professor who focused on psychology and tax law. He even wrote how psychology influenced tax fraud, which again happened over at FTX. He also worked alongside Elizabeth Warren earlier in his career, and his mom has a lot of political ties as well. But more importantly, I still think it's very interesting he didn't take the route to cooperate with the DOJ. It's almost like a lot of his dealings with public servants will never come to light. And again, I do believe that he is the fall guy for something a lot more insidious, total domination over crypto and destruction of it. But again, he still should be held accountable for his role in being complicit. So personally, at this point, anything that I see on mainstream media, I just take with a grain of salt. I think that this was a lot bigger than what we're going to be told, especially the fact that he donated so much money to public servants. Nobody's coming out and talking about it. And again, he met with Gary Gensler multiple times, and those documents still have yet to be released. So are we going to finally see justice? I don't really think so. Personally, I think putting somebody away and locking them up, it's only going to cost taxpayers more money, and that's fine. Like, he should be held accountable for his actions. But at the end of the day, I don't think we're going to really see the justice we deserve unless FTX creditors are in fact made whole and customers are made whole from some of the other platforms his poor decisions impacted. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, set alerts, and I should be home Monday from the Dominican Republic. Bye-bye.